aviation flying board, and I had a cushion to sit behind me so that I could reach those rudder pedals, because you see that big propeller up there.
Yeah.
When that thing's spinning, that makes the rest of the airplane have a terrible tendency to spin the other way, and that puts an enormous weight on the left wheel. And once you let those brakes off and throw the power to it, she just fiercely tries to turn to the left.
Never thought about that.
And you want me to be real good on putting that right rudder on, full power. And so what you do to get in, and so that's why I had a cushion, so I could reach the damn thing as far as it would go down.
Yeah.
You put your hand here, and put your leg in the step. Right there.
Okay, yeah.
Look at this. Something's wrong. I'm bigger now.
If you can do that, I'm impressed.
Swing this leg up and get up on the wing, and then get on in there somewhere. And it works out real good. And you get in there and buckle up real good. I only had one close call. They catapulted me one time off the carrier, the Wasp. And when they did, as quick as I got going, something in that cockpit was besides me, like a damn wildcat. And it was my navigation flying board that had slid into some tracks underneath the instrument panel. And when they fired that thing shot out of there going
Oh my goodness.
50 miles an hour more and hit me in the shoulder.
Goodness
and I was
gracious.
fighting it. I didn't know what the hell it was. I couldn't even see.
That's
and
spooky.
I threw it over the side of the plane and out. And got the plane safety. And
got rid of it.
everybody that I complained about it afterwards thought that was funny.
That's amazing.
Not so funny to you.
But that's the way we get it. And these are really nice airplanes there. They shot down more Japs than anything else we had. 2/3 of them, in fact. And it shot down more enemy planes than any other plane in the American inventory, counting the P-51 and all the other ones.
Really?
We shot down more. And it was just, and then one thing we learned about it, it would get you back. And come in for carrier landing, she was just as gentle and kind and sweet and easy. And at the very last, she'd just be coming right up behind her nice and slow and giving about that much power to keep her from being settling too soon. And then when you give her the cut, that means cut the power. She'd just lay in there like a baby carrier.
Talk to him a little bit about that headwind, having a headwind when you're coming in for that
Yeah, I was
landing.
telling Rick, a lot of people don't realize how important wind is over the deck, because that does two things. That puts wing over the wings that makes it fly, and it also gives you a lower ground speed because it subtracts from airspeed, so that there's not as much weight on your tail hook. And if you come in, now had it happen, if you come in on a flatbed calm day, on a baby flat top, whenever you hit, that damn thing keeps right on going. And it'll have hit the barrier, and maybe it'll make the plane do too badly damaged. They asked me to lead 4 planes out and do practice landings with a baby flat top that was passing by where we were based on Saipan. And we got out there, classic, and we came down. I made the first landing, and I was ready, and he gave me a wave off. He said, we can't take a chance. There's just not enough wind on this damn thing. You don't think about that. And sometimes you get out there, we were out there, we did night carrier landings out in the Atlantic in a rather stormy night, and the water was cold. We wouldn't have had a chance if we had gone in because it was so cold. But it was blowing damn hard. And when I made my turn to come back downwind to start the approach, I couldn't see the whole damn ship. We had a blackout because they had gotten a German contact with a submarine, and they had that thing so blacked out. If you'd lit a cigarette up on deck, you'd have gotten court-martialed.
Wow.
But they gave me the signal with some wands. I couldn't even have to see the ship. I just did what he told me to. landed like a baby carriage.
Wow. Slid it right on in there. Huh?
Yes,
That's
sir.
amazing.
Can't imagine in
They
the
knew
dark
what
like
they were
that.
doing. But when they gave us night carry landings, and I think it was about in April, off the coast of New England, the water was damn near freezing. We had 4 squadrons in that air group. We had the VB Airfield Corsairs, and we had the VB bombers and Curtiss Hellcat, and we had the torpedo planes and the gummers. They sent them all to the Florida Keys for their
You had to stay over there.
and they sent us out in the damn North Atlantic where they were having
Isn't that
submarines.
Well, very good. Now,
And
Mr.
then when it
Pace,
was all over, the air group commander said to the landing signal officer, "Did everybody qualify?" And he said, "Everybody but you, okay?" He said, "I was in that, remember that flight where they were all running out of gas when they made that night
Yes, sir.
long thing out of range?" He was one of the planes that went down and ditched and had to get picked up the next day. And he said, "I gave myself a permanent dispensation from any more
There
of those
you
things
go.
done on purpose."
now, did you drive today, or is Tom taking you? Did you
Oh, no,
drive?
I've got my
You drive.
car,
You
I
got your
drive,
car.
right.
You're out back.
Yeah. Once
Okay.
Rick